Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we're here for another one of our use up an entire 12 by 12 paper pad in our 6 days between Christmas and New Year. We are on day 6, so we are the final episode now, and we've done incredibly well. We have used up pretty much the entire paper pad. I finished off the other folio yesterday, so I will be back to do a kind of flip through of all the lovely goodies that we have made with our paper pad at the end after I've kind of finished this folio as well. So what I have got left is basically I've got the offcuts from like this and a couple of the other pieces that we have made during this week, and then I've got 2 sheets here which I had kept by intentionally to decorate up and make some bits and pieces for this I don't know really, accordion folio book thing that we've made. So yeah, it's obviously been drying. You know, I've been leaving the fabric to dry as the hinges. So this is our folio now. It's now like stiff as a board and doesn't want to actually unfold. So I should have really checked that before I actually came on to do the video. Anyway, it will be fine. It's obviously just gone a bit stiff because of course it's not been unfolded at all. It's just been kind of squished under some things. So yeah, let's kind of get on and get making some lovely bits and pieces for this. So obviously we made the front and back covers. Now I think if I recall we made these from the, you know, the back of the paper pad itself. So of course we've got the lovely front and we put a pocket on there so we can decorate that up. But let's just get straight into the inside, I think, and start making some pretty things for the inside. So as I say, I kept by a couple of pretty papers that I thought that we could use. So I'm just going to kind of have a look and see what's going to go best where. So let's just have a look. Actually, I'm thinking maybe one of these. So let's just see what I've got here. Aha, so maybe this one. So what I might do is just tear this down. Obviously it's folded in half. And then I'm wondering if I could make a double pocket there to go on the front inside cover. So all I'm going to do is literally cut this down so that it fits nicely. So I think what I'll do, I'm just going to do that. Just literally trimming this down. Doesn't really have to be, you know, the same size as the cover. It doesn't matter if it's slightly in, if you see what I mean. Now, obviously I've got the floral side and I've got the postcard side. I think I like the floral side best, although let me just double check. Oh, actually now I'm thinking maybe the postcard side. What do you think? Yeah, I actually think maybe the postcard side, because I think I can do more with that. So again, I'm going to just punch a couple of thumb holes in here. So I've just put my bits together. This was something I saw Rachel do and I just thought, well, that's genius, because then you make sure that you've got your thumb holes in the correct place on both pieces. You know, when you're going to have 2, they're lined up then perfectly, aren't they? So yeah. Okay, so let's get gluing some bits down straight away. So yeah, I hope that everybody's having a good day. Hope you're doing some crafting, having a nice time. Let me know how you're getting on. Have you been joining along with me in this series? Have you been using up a 12 by 12 paper pad? If you have, how's it going? What size was your paper pad? Because I mean, obviously they come in different sizes. I can't remember now whether mine was 20, was it 28 pages, or I think it was 28 pages. So it wasn't like massive. I know that some of them, Die Cuts with a View, for instance, a lot of their paper pads I think are 48 pages, which of course is going to be a lot more work to use one up. I have in the past even bought some that are like bumper, you know, bumper paper pads as they call them, and they're massive. They're like 100 sheets and things like that. They tend to be thinner papers, but yeah. So I mean, of course that's going to obviously take you a ton of time to use up something like that. But yeah, I mean, I picked a nice manageable one. It was 28 pages, I think, if I recall. And yeah, so it's kind of been not too bad to actually make some bits and pieces out of it. So just going to do this. So what I will probably do is decorate, fill my, you know, my folio, my accordion book journal thing, I'm not quite sure what to call this, with all the pockets and things like that first, and then I will decorate it afterwards. So I'm just going to kind of use up basically all of those sheets, and then I know that at least we're on track for our, you know, finishing off the series. And then if I want to do other things kind of later, I can do some other things, but I just want to kind of basically get the actual kind of basic journal done and finished off, I think. So yeah, right, now I'm just wondering, so I've got this one here. Let's just, I mean, I could even have like a flip up, so let me just cut this down like that. And obviously this is the same paper on this side as the base, which is kind of nice, isn't it? I'm thinking we could have that there, or because all of these are pockets in the tops, so what we could do is kind of have it attached at the top. That might be even nicer. So yeah, let's have some interactive details going on, shall we? And have some kind of flippy type pieces. Now I'm going to probably ink all over this folio, but I'm just going to ink any bits that might be tricky to get into or get to as I go. So I forgot obviously to ink those pockets that we just glued down on the front cover. So I will have to come back to those, but you know, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be fine. So like that. And then what I could do is just pop down some paper on here to journal on. So I'm just going to take this down like that. Okay. And just cut that down here. Yeah, I mean, I just think there's nothing like, you know, an interactive, you know, journal, mini album, flip book, you know, glue book, anything really. You know, everything's more fun, isn't it, if you've made it so it's very interactive. So that's all I'm kind of doing here, is just putting some bits that will make it interactive, i.e. pockets, flips, you know, fold outs, things like that. It just makes it a bit more interesting to look at, to be perfectly honest. You know, and that's what it's all about after all. So yeah, let's just pop that down there. Okay, I have not made a very good job of that, I have to say. It's very lopsided. Did not cut that straight at all. But I mean, again, it's not really going to matter, because by the time it's actually glued into here, it's, you know, it's not really going to be that noticeable. So pop my glue down there, and I'm just going to hook it in to that top pocket. And again, I'm just going to put it over to the side, I think, so it's not central. Not because I've got anything against central, you know, central is fine. But yeah, I just thought it might look a bit strange, so I've just put it to one side. Okay, let me just move my camera slightly. It's always very tricky when you've got something quite big like this, because of course you can't fit the whole thing on the screen. So yeah, trying to actually like squeeze it all in is a little bit of a sort of, yeah, not trial and error, but you know, a bit of a trial, let's face it. So let's just do this. And actually I'm just going to take that right the way down. Again, just going to be really lazy and just tear this like that. Okay. And then what I can do is I can make a pocket that we can tuck that little flap into. So again, just fold this down like that. Okay. So sorry about the lighting in here. It's one of those really grey days. I mean, I'm filming first thing in the morning, would you believe? So, you know, it's not like it's nighttime or anything like that, although I know it does have a bit of a look of nighttime, but I can only apologise. It's just a really grey day, I'm afraid. So, yeah, really sorry about that. It's so frustrating when you don't have the right light, you know, and you're trying to film. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of glue this down here, and then this flap just tucks straight into that. So let's just go round there like that. Okie dokie. Like that. Okay. So a nice pocket going on there. So I'm thinking on the facing side, we perhaps could do with something lengthways, rather than, you know, landscape, something portrait rather than landscape. So let's just have a quick look. Obviously I have got this lovely floral, so I'm going to just take this down like that. Again, I'm just being super lazy and just tearing this. So we'll just take the whole thing. Okay. Like that. And then what we can do is, again, it doesn't need to go the whole way, you know, of the page, so I'm just making it slightly shorter and just tear that down. So we could have this as a belly band, or we could have it as a pocket. I think I'm going to have it as a pocket, but not right on the edge, if you see what I mean. So just going to ink this up a little bit. Okey-doke. So yeah, I mean, all I'm trying to do basically is, you know, put in all the interactive elements, and then of course we can redecorate, or not redecorate, but, you know, decorate up and embellish and things further once everything's in here. But let's kind of get everything down here in the first place, because once it's down, it will be kind of easier to see then what we've got left to do. So yeah, let's just take that down there like that. Okay. So near the edge, but not quite. Near the bottom, not quite. And near the top, but not quite. So, yeah. Okay. And I forgot to put a pocket on here. So, yeah, we've got to put a pocket on there. Although now I'm thinking, sorry, I've just noticed I've got just a little bit there, needs a bit of glue. I'm thinking we could maybe do something different here. So let's just kind of see how we get on, and then what we've got left. So, I mean, we've got this one. Now, as I say, I've mucked up a little bit with this fabric. Can you see? It's kind of gone a bit weird. So, again, hopefully this isn't really going to show too much by the time that we actually, you know, put things in here. But yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. I'm not loving the look of that. It's got to be said. But hey, hopefully by the time that it's all put together, we're not really going to notice too much. Now, let me just actually check. So we've got on the back, we've only really got kind of 4 sides on the back that we've got to do things with. And we might even put sort of some sort of little journal or something like that in there. So I'm thinking in here, we could even... just have a look. That's just going to look really strange, isn't it? I mean, I'm thinking, could we actually put this in, stitch this in here as an envelope that then turns? What do we think? Should we try that? Let's give it a try. So, oh, this is very nerve-wracking for me. It's one of those things that I'm going to think, why have I decided to do this? What was I thinking? So, yeah, what I'm thinking is we could try and bind this in here. Now, I can't remember. Did I leave gaps here? I can't really even remember what I did, to be honest. Obviously, I wasn't intending on binding anything to this. So, yeah, maybe this is not going to be such a good plan after all. Let's just fold our flap down for our envelope. So, yeah. Okay. I mean, we could always have it, you know, opening this way, I guess. Just stuck on the back cover. Let me just cut this down. Like that. Oh, I don't know now. I quite fancy having it here, but yeah, I'm not quite sure. Well, hey, no time like the present, is there? Let me just grab my bit binding stuff and my embroidery threads. Hold on a second. Oops. Oh, this is where I now discover that they're not in their usual place, which, oh my goodness me, that's just very annoying. Oh right, they're here beside me. Hold on, they're here from something else that I have been doing, obviously. So yeah, so sorry. Right. Okay, so what I'm hoping is we're going to be able to bind this into here. Now, let me grab some thread. So first of all, let's just get that out. Right, it would be good if I use a thread that's actually already open. You know, preferably one that kind of needs using. Well, no, and would you believe I haven't got any in the right colour that needs using. So let's just go for this one, shall we? Okay. Oh, this has just gone off. This video's just gone off now. Mind of its own time. And to be honest, that's always just such a risky strategy because, you know, of course you can just really live to regret going off at a tangent and think, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Because of course you are on camera for everyone to see all of your mistakes and mishaps, you know, as you're kind of doing things. Right, let's just take that down. And what did I do with that needle? Oh, what did I do with that needle with the big eye? No, not on my lap. Right, there it is on the desk. Okay, so glasses on, definitely a glasses on moment, isn't it? Yep. Okay, through there. Right, now I'm actually thinking probably I could just do this with 2 holes really. So yeah, let's just kind of go through here like that. Okay. So 1. Okie dokie. Oh my goodness, I hope this works. I hope this is not going to be one of those just disasters. Okay, could well be. Could well be. And through there. I don't think I've gone through centrally at all, to be honest. Oops. Let's have a look. Oh, can't actually see at all. Okay. Oh, it's always so tricky to do things like this. I'm one of those people that kind of needs to be very close to things when I'm doing things. So trying to do it, you know, and keep it on camera is, yeah, tricky because obviously I'm trying to keep my head out of the camera and therefore I'm not as close as I, you know, probably need to be. Right, let's just tie this round. Oh, I don't even know if I've got that in there. Do you know, I'm thinking I might need to go through a second time. I thought I could probably just do it once. Thinking maybe I need to go in a second time. So, yeah. Let's just try and go through the same hole again. So, 1. And, oh my goodness. my arms just literally where the light is. And like I said, it's one of them really dark days. So not only is my arm blocking it, but there's barely any light in the first place. And then, of course, my arm's blocking what little light there was. So, yeah, not great. Okay, let's get this one through there again. Oh, right, fingers crossed. Okay, do you know, I thought I wasn't going to actually have enough string then, or, you know, embroidery thread to actually tie that up. Right, now I'm just going to be really rubbish and just do a really rubbishy knot, just because obviously I need to be, oh, tying it pretty tight. Oh, and already I've loosened it. Oh, that's probably really baggy now. Oh well. Right, I think it's good. I think it's good enough. Okay, let me just cut these threads off. Oh, that was just horrible. I hate doing things like that on camera, and especially when I haven't really planned it, because it's kind of like, oh, nerve-wracking and yeah, horrible. Right, so all I'm going to now do is obviously glue my envelope closed like that. So I'm just going to round my corners. Let me just see, I've got my new big corner rounder punch, so let me just grab that out, because I'm thinking that would be quite nice on there. Oh, I feel very nervous. Okay, and that one. Okay, yeah. Right, now again, I should have obviously inked this before putting it in, but to be honest, I was so preoccupied with actually trying to bind it into here that it didn't even occur to me. That I should have inked this, but never mind. I'll just ink it quickly now. Okay. Like I say, I mean, I will probably go in and ink the whole thing anyway, you know, at the end. So I'm not too worried. Right. So seal my envelope up on either side. Okay. Let's hope that that glue is going to stick very quickly to save me sitting here holding on to it, because that's probably not that interesting to watch. Okay, so I've got like another little envelope page now. Okay, so that's working okay. Right, fingers crossed. Now, what do I want to do here? I've got a pocket there. Right, do we want to have another pocket here? Or we could have, oh, I don't know. I'm kind of, I don't really want to do like corner pockets or anything, because these are just fabric on the edge. They're quite rounded on the corners, so I don't necessarily want to go right up to the corner, if that makes sense, because I feel like it would be, you know, a little bit kind of dodgy putting it up to the corner. That said, this is just going to be really boring, because it's just going to be full of the same kinds of pockets, isn't it? Which, that's not really very fun. Unless I have something like this. Oh, I don't know. So I might come back to that page, and yeah, I might even come back to this page. Let's go over and let's do now. Oh, have I got a baggy bit there? I hope I haven't. Right, let's do this side. So yeah, what I thought we could do is put a little kind of mini journal in here. Probably doesn't really matter which section it goes on. Probably just my least favourite. So I think I like this one best. So yeah, probably cover up these bits. So obviously I've got some florally paper, which is going to look quite nice, isn't it, against here. So I might just go for another little kind of strip here. And actually, as luck has it, look, I've just got enough to be able to take that down like that. Again, just take that straight down. Okay. Like that. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? Or we could have it on that side, actually. Probably doesn't really matter, to be perfectly honest, which side it actually is, but I don't know. Does it matter? I'm not sure. Probably doesn't. Probably doesn't. But I'm just going to cut it down very slightly in the height, just because I don't want it, you know, dragging over my ends. So yeah, let's just quickly again ink around here like that. Okay, right, I'm just going to put that there for a moment, and then this one what else have I got? Let me just have a look. Sorry, just checking now which bits that I've got left. So I could do that and have this one maybe as a bigger pocket here. So it's like a double pocket. Yeah, I think I might do that. Okay, so I just want to go down here again like that. Okie dokie. So yeah, I mean, we're really down to the bare minimum now that's left of that paper pad. I'm feeling really good that we have achieved this, because like with all these things, you know, when you start out, you just think, I hope I'm going to manage to do this. Obviously, I had watched other people use up a 12 by 12 paper pad, and most people, I think what they've done is kind of just show ideas of how to use it up, not actually use it up, if that makes sense. Now, that might just be my imagination, but that's how I feel it went. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully this is kind of a little bit different in that we've actually used it up together, rather than just me saying, you know, oh, you could do this and you could do that. We've actually used up the whole pad together, you know, which seems to be a bit different to perhaps what I noticed on some other channels. And I didn't necessarily see people in the junk journal world doing this. You know, there were a lot of people from card making and from, you know, mini books and things like that. So, yeah, hopefully this is kind of something a little bit different, and something a little bit, you know, interactive that we can all do together, because, of course, I've made all the bits with you. So there's no reason why you couldn't actually make literally every single thing that I have made along with me. So, yeah, hopefully we've all kind of had a bit of fun and managed to use up a whole bunch of paper in the same breath. Okay, so yeah, I love how that looks. So all I'm going to do is glue this like that on the top and the bottom, and that way it will be the entire depth, if you see what I mean, that I've got as the pocket, rather than if I glued down this edge as well, I would have quite a shallow pocket. So yeah, it's just quite nice to leave it so as I've got the entire thing, you know, that I can work with. So yeah, let's just glue this one down here. Okay. Yep. Oh dear. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, because can you see where I've got my fabric hinges? They are sort of rounded. So obviously when you're going right to the edge, it's a little bit tricky to get into the edge, if you see what I mean, because it's rounded. So I'm just coming in slightly from the hinged parts, you know, but that's the only reason for doing that. Okay. And then on this side, I'm just going to have this piece here. Okay. So, like that. Do you know, I don't actually think I've ever actually used up a whole 12 by 12 pad like this before. I mean, I've talked about it so many times, you know, and I've gone to use up a lot of it, if you see what I mean. I think this is actually the first time that I have actually tackled an entire pad and used an entire pad within a few days. So this was a first for me. So yeah, I really hope that you guys kind of have joined along and that you've really enjoyed the process, because I have had such a good time. You know, because I've made some things that I haven't made before. I mean, never made one of these accordion books before, and I've never made the other one that we made, you know, inspired by Natasha over at Treasure Books. So yeah, I've made some different things and it's been really fun. And of course I have used up my whole 12 by 12. So yeah, it's been a good practice, or a good thing to do. Okay, right, so we are looking good now. So I'm going to make some sort of little journal, I think, to put in here, so that's fine. Now I've got these little bits left. I'm just going to show you. Not a great deal left. Oops. Just these bits here. Oops, is that another piece? No. Just these bits here. So yeah, just want to kind of see what else I could do. I mean, like I say, I could do like some corners or something. I was kind of shying away from corners really because I didn't want to get near the fabric. That said, I wonder if I could do just like a corner here or something like that. So let me just tear this one down. Okay. I mean, I could probably do that as a corner there. So I'm just going to ink that up here. Like that. Okay. And just by inking that, because it's obviously the same pattern as what it's going on to, it's just making it stand out and show up a little bit more. So let's just pop that down there. Okay. Like that. And again, I've not gone right to the crease, you know, where it's got that fabric. I've just left my crease so that it's still creasing and it's not compromising the paper at all. Because if I go too close, all that's going to happen is it's going to crease that paper and damage it every time that it folds in. So there's no point kind of going too close. Okay, so that's that one. Looking good. Right. Let's just have a look. So, I mean, I could do a sort of opposite corner here. Do you know, perhaps I will. Yeah, perhaps I will. I know I've sort of said that I wouldn't, but yeah, perhaps I will. So let's just take this down here. Actually, I'm just going to have a quick look before I commit to doing this. Oh no, I've done those already, haven't I? Just wondering whether we should have this like here or something. Or on the inside of the back cover. Oh, it's so tough to decide sometimes, isn't it? Oh, I don't know now. I mean, does that just look really weird? I'm not sure. There's something about it I'm not really enjoying or not really liking very much, and I couldn't really tell you what that is, but yeah, there's just something a little bit weird about it. Could have it like that, I suppose. I wonder if I've got any more with that flower pattern on. No, of course I haven't. Right. Oh, I don't know now how to use these last little bits, which is really annoying. Well, it's not the end of the world because I can always do some other bits on like the envelope and things like that. And don't forget, we've still got to make some bits to go inside this journal to kind of like pull out. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. I can always kind of use them up when we do, you know, some of our bits to go into these pockets. So we've got 1, 2, is that a pocket or not? I can't remember whether it is now. Oh no, just 1, 2, 1, 2 pockets. Okay, just 2 pockets to go in there, and we want a journal to go in here. And the other thing that I could always make is some sort of flippy pad as well, because I always really love doing those. And then obviously these bits here, you know, these tall pockets. Let me just have a look beside me. See what tall envelopes I've got. So hold on a second. Oops. Just having a quick look to see if I've got any, you know, that are sort of calling to me as if they would look really good here. So I've got these, which are lovely and tall, and obviously this is quite a tall accordion book. So I want to make things that are reasonably tall, because if they're not, they're just going to drop straight into this pocket and never be able to, you know, to get things out. So yeah, what I might do, I'm just going to put this to one side, is just even decorate up my envelopes with maybe some of these little bits and pieces. So I mean, I could have, like, for instance, a little pocket on here, which actually I've probably got, those squares will probably be just fine for doing a pocket on here. So yeah, let's just do that. Okay. Okie doke. Let's just glue this one down. Like that. Okay. And then what happened to that? Okay. Just see whether I want to have this anywhere. Could have it there, or could even have it here. So we've got like a double pocket going on this envelope. That might be quite cool, mightn't it? Now, I'm only a little bit concerned because obviously this is a flimsy envelope and this is quite thick scrapbook paper. So I'm just concerned that if I make it too bottom heavy, it's going to compromise the envelope. That said, I think maybe that's going to happen anyway. So yeah, I'm going to not worry about that, I think, too much. So let's just ink this up. Okay. Let's just go in here. Okay. Pop that down like that. Okay, so I've got like 2 pockets on that envelope now, which is really nice, isn't it? And of course I'm going to decorate all of this up. You know, I'm not going to just leave this. It will all be decorated. So hopefully it will all be looking really scrumptious by the end of this. So then we've got obviously the envelope itself. Now I'm just wondering whether I want to do anything here, or do I want to leave it as an envelope? Possibly want to leave it as an actual envelope and fill it with something. So yeah, let's come back to that. Okay, so probably the next thing that I want to do, I think, is probably just make some pretty tags actually. So let me just check. So I've got this and this without kind of any form of pockets, and then this one, but yeah, I'm not so worried about that one. So I'm just going to check that I don't want to kind of put some pockets in here, because this floral looks quite nice, to be honest. Oh, that looks pretty on there, doesn't it? What did I have going on? Okay, so do you know what? I might just have the same as what we have on the other side. although it doesn't look so good there. Right, okay, let's just take this down. Okay, no good for your nails doing this, so yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it. Not quite sure why I'm doing it myself, but just lazy. Not done any crafting for a few days, as you know. I've been having my 2 weeks kind of to get on top of my paperwork and things, and yeah, I've obviously developed this bad habit of just tearing my pieces instead of cutting them, so yeah, not a good habit. Okie dokie. Right, that's it. Ink all of that up, and yeah, I think I'm going to have that just as a long piece here. So again, just kind of glue that on. And although this looks really boring at the moment, you know, we're going to decorate this up, so it's hopefully not going to look boring by the end. I mean, it may do. But yeah, I'm just kind of trying to use up all of my paper pad pieces. And then we will decorate this, obviously, you know, once it's all completely formed. Like that, okay. Yep, and then what have we got left? So, do you know, I might just make some tags, I think, from these. Got these little tiny squares, which are a little bit more useless, I suppose, really. So, yeah, what could we do? Do you know, I'm wondering whether we could just stamp something on, oops, on the square. Cut it out. That's too big. Yep, so definitely not that. Just having a look to see what I've got here in my stamps. My stamps are downstairs because I have been cleaning them, you know, during the evening whilst I've been watching TV. I've been beginning to clean my stamps off. So yeah, the bulk of them are now downstairs, which is of course not very helpful. So I'm quite limited as to what stamps I've actually still got here beside me. Oh, wouldn't you believe it? You know, when do I ever take my stamps off for cleaning? Never. Never, never, never. Oh, well, that's just annoying, isn't it? Right, okay, might come back to these bits because we can always make little tags or anything like that. So, final piece is I've just got this piece, which I'm now thinking maybe just finish it off with another piece here because that just ties that in perfectly with the facing page. Looks gorgeous. Yeah, it's going to tie in. And, of course, you know, you can never have enough pockets, can you? So, it's just going to look really nice with some bits tucked in. So let's just ink around there. Okay. So, and to be honest, you know, I will probably add lace and bling and things like that to this, as you know. So yeah, it's far from finished, I'm sure. I'm sure it's far from finished. So again, I might leave this as a huge pocket by just gluing it top and bottom. And that way I can still get the full depth in there, if you see what I mean. Whereas if I glued it along that strip as well, then of course I can only tuck things in that are quite small. So yeah, it's quite nice to actually have a massive section or a massive gap, because then of course I can put much bigger things in. Okay. Right. Let's just glue that down. Okay. Like that. Right. And you can probably see, you know, there's a little gap top and bottom. Again, that doesn't bother me. It's fine. I actually think it's quite nice, in fact. You know, I often just put things smack bang next to the the page, you know, the bottom of the page or the top of the page or the side of the page, but actually it looks quite lovely like that, doesn't it? With a space around the edge. I'm not saying it would always work, but you know, there are times when things do just kind of work, don't they? So that is our piece so far. Let me just see what the time is. Oh, I can't really see from here. Right, okay. So I think what I'm going to do is just quickly, before I start decorating this, let's kind of compose some sort of little journal thing to go inside here. So let me just pull in, I've got my brown paper bags. Okay, well, I can definitely have that as a page, even if it's not the actual outside of the journal itself. What else have I got? What else? Oh, I've got here, I've got a little envelope pocket, which who knew? It's kind of like perfect colours for this, isn't it? Yeah, might have to include this somewhere. And actually, might just be perfect size to put one of these little squares on. Oh, how brilliant is that? That just has worked out perfectly, hasn't it? Just going to cut it down very slightly here. Oh, that's just worked out perfectly. And that was just laying around on my desk, would you believe? And I'm going to just put that down on 3 sides so it's another pocket. So like that. Again, I probably should have inked that before putting it down, but again, it didn't occur to me until now. So it's a bit late now. Can't ink it now, it's stuck down. Well, I could, but obviously this envelope has been inked in pink, which was why it was so perfect for this book. So of course, if I ink it, I'm going to then, you know, go over the, go over the pink. Right, I'm just going to glue this down as a tuck, I think. So a tuck being just on those 2 sides. Okay, looking good. So again, just really kind of press that down. Do you know, that still hasn't glued down. That's very annoying, isn't it? Don't know whether you noticed, but earlier I just had to pop a little dab of glue under here because it hadn't glued down. It's still not glued down. It's not wanting to glue. It's resisting the glue there. Don't know why. Don't know what that's about. But hey, let's just press it down now. Okay. Sorry, just holding this down. Okay, right. Let's have a look and see what papers I've got laying around the desk that I can pull together to form some sort of journal. No, nothing much going on there, so that's not very helpful, is it? Right, let me see what else I've got. Okay, I've got a bag behind me, so I'm just rummaging in my bag here to see what papers I've got. Oh, nothing that's going to be the right colours. No, nothing that's the right colours at all, would you believe? Okay, I've got some coffee dyed paper, so they are definitely fine. What else have I got? Okay. No, I'm not spotting anything so far, so that's very annoying. Oh, I've got some of this. Yeah, that's maybe going to be quite pretty in there, isn't it? Okay. What else have I got? No. Oh, I think that's it really at the moment. So my gosh, I'm scraping the barrel here. So yeah, nothing very much at all. So that's very annoying. I've just got some greaseproof paper, I think, behind me. Oh no, I haven't even got that, would you believe? No, I have literally nothing behind me even at all. Okay, right, let me just have a look to the side of me and see. Oh, what have I got here? Got those little, you know, greaseproof little thingamajigglies that I had bought. So I can definitely incorporate those into a page or two. So this journal, obviously I'm going to be slotting in to this space here. So actually it's pretty good size journal that I can fit in here. So I'm just going to take that down. I might even tear the edges of this. Okay, like that. Oh, look, I thought that was a bit too good to be true. It wasn't coffee dyed paper at all. It was in fact something else. So, yep, let's just take this down. Oh, in fact, I'm just going to go right the way across and, yeah, tear it down at the edge. Okay, like that. Oh, I love that paper. That's the Paris Bouquet papers. They're just gorgeous, aren't they? Really, really lovely. And then I can obviously have my paper bag, have my greaseproof sheet. Yeah, so I'm just going to kind of literally layer up a whole bunch of things that I can make some sort of little journal that would just slot into here. And then I'm going to decorate the entire thing. So I don't know whether I'm going to be able to come back and decorate the entire thing here. Because I have got something else planned that I want to start on New Year's Day, but I haven't started filming it yet. So, yeah, we'll kind of have to see really whether I can do like some sort of bonus video here or not. So yeah, I hope that you like kind of what we've done so far. Like I say, we've done pretty well. This is all we have left of that paper pad, would you believe? So I think we've done really amazingly well. So yeah, I'm going to come back either with a flip through of all of our finished bits, or we will come back and we'll actually decorate this up and finish this. But yeah, I hope that you've all had a really good fun time. Hope that you all managed to join along with me and do some fun things using up some of your papers and things in your, you know, in your stash. Use up an entire 12 by 12 pad. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.